Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Secret Files 3, which, curiously enough, doesn't have a appended title to it, unlike the first game and the second game. But, so, first of all, let's see if our task has actually been updated.
A message from one of Perhaps?
It has not. Alright, so, last time we found out, we broke into that museum, found the painting, and apparently the secret that's endangering everyone is pie. Pie contains unimaginable knowledge, but what knowledge? What does it do? We don't know. So, in any case, we have bolt cutters. Oh yeah, from the police car. Okay.
Handy if you've lost the keys for the handcuff.
So we'll probably be using that. It looks like they didn't design this for 4K because those cells at the end are a little pixelated. But yeah, so we found the painting. Let's see. There was the woman on the computer, or at least I think it was a woman, saying, hey, I've got information to help you fight the big bads, you know, come to Alcatraz, and then we got locked in, so she's supposedly trying to unlock us, but I think we'll just find our own way out.
There's a data chip on the metal key card.
Got the key card. I think this was for the museum.
My cell phone.
Can we just call for help? No. Let us do that. Can we just walk out?
Locked.
I would like to point out that, I mean, I've never been to Alcatraz, but I would assume all the security systems would be, A, long since disabled by now, like, hard disabled, and B, not something you could remotely hack into because this was before computers, generally, so. But, here we are, so let's take a look around.
Equipment used in attempted escapes. In
Upsca-
1948.
Sorry, give me 1 second. There we go. That should be a little better. Forgot to turn up the volume before starting this. I don't know why this game is so ridiculously quiet.
Equipment used in attempted escapes. In 1948, a prisoner stole this metal clothes hanger from the laundry and used it for digging. After 5 years of work, he was discovered and thwarted.
Wow, it's dedication.
Clothes hangers are always useful. I'll take it.
See, now we're just stealing from a museum.
This coat hanger was part of an attempted tunnel out.
Alright, so what else can we look at? Oh, we have cabling.
The cable leads to the air conditioning.
Take it. Rip it out.
It's fixed to the wall.
And we have bolt cutters.
Cutting a live power cable with a metal bolt cutter is not a good idea. At least not if you enjoy life. The air conditioning is on. I can't reach it.
Okay, so that's gonna be a thing later probably. Can we take more things from the showcase?
The showcase doesn't contain anything useful anymore.
Okay, so there's the exit that I think she said was locked.
Locked.
Yeah. With those exact words, actually. Look at the cells.
The cell doors have closed. I can't open the cell doors. The cells are... I don't know how to reach the cells up there. Not from here, anyway.
So, this loudspeakers.
I guess someone's jammed the transmission. No contact since then. Cassandra must be somewhere nearby.
So, let's go into the one open cell then.
Cozy.
Make my day. Alright, so, placard.
Look at that. It isn't soapstone at all. It's horse dung. There are all kinds of carvings on the shelf. It's like someone had nothing better to do with their time.
Let's clean it out.
I'll take the mug, but mystical forces tell me there's no use for the chess pieces.
Oh, really?
Bricks. I'll take as many as I can carry. If I really do need any more, I know where to find them.
Alright. So
Some bricks in the wall are missing. Sadly, that's not the way to freedom.
it is the way into the next cell, though.
If Mr. Sparkle were to see that, I'd rather wait until I find a clean restroom.
Oh. We take water from the
The
toilet?
toilet bowl is absolutely disgusting, but the water seems to be relatively clean, against all expectations.
I feel like they wouldn't allow a poster like that in an inmate's cell.
A poster of Rita Hayworth. Movie references. I can't imagine that there's an escape tunnel behind there.
Well, you aren't looking, are you?
A blanket. Seems pretty tough. No holes or tears.
right? We put the bricks in the... Oh, lets us do
That's
this.
not going to help me retrieve the railings. Thick bars are still embedded in the aging bricks and mortar. You can almost hear the criminals in their iron chains walking around in circles outside.
Hey, there's the Da Vinci thing. I guess that's where we need to go next.
That symbol on the wall looks kind of familiar. Of course. The computer at the museum. Cassandra. That must be the place. How on earth am I gonna get across? Looks like a telephone cable. It connects the cell block with the adjacent building. I can't reach it.
Some of these things are just a little obvious.
That symbol on the wall. Of course. That must be
that... the whole building. Okay, so...
barred windows. I'm not nearly strong enough to just rip out the bars.
Oh, shoot. I thought we were looking through the bars. I didn't realize we were... That's where we were. Okay. So now this makes a little more sense.
No one around who could help me. The courtyard is at least 10 meters below. I'll never get down there safely.
If only we had some sort of device we could use to call people, because it's the present. Oh well. I guess we don't have one of those handy-dandy things that let you remotely call for help. Although, to be fair, I'm not sure what good it would do, because there's, you know, every possibility that these guys, you know, are rich enough or powerful enough or influential enough to, make us disappear, so to speak. Okay, so... what can we buy?
I'll wrap as many bricks in the blanket as it will take.
Ooh, yeah, then we can use it as kind of a makeshift sledgehammer.
I filled it with bricks.
Oh, did we read this one?
According to this board, it was pointless to attempt escape. There aren't any sharks in the bay, but the water is freezing cold. That's why Alcatraz was the only prison where the showers had warm water. That way, the inmates couldn't harden themselves to it.
That's actually, devilishly clever, if I do say so myself. Okay, so what can we use our blanket full of bricks? Can't spam anything. So we gotta insulate. Huh. What are we gonna use the water for?
If I've got this right...
Oh, just
Perfect.
sorting it out.
Take that, foolish machine.
That should have tripped the fuse and made this safe to cut.
The fuse is blue, so I can give it a go.
Well, breakers probably would have fuses. Alright. So now we can use this cable.
I'll attach the rope to the top of the blanket.
There we go. Now we have a sack of bricks. Now let's see if we can swing it at something.
There's no point in tying the sack to the bars from the inside.
Can we get more water? Haha.
The toilet bowl is absolutely disgusting, but the water seems to be relatively clean, against all expectations.
Alright, more water. Don't think that really helps us, but... yeah, hanger. Or anything. Or can we take chess pieces?
I don't need anything else from there.
Oh, okay. It doesn't...
That's not...
I feel like we gotta combine this with something first. So she said there was no in tying it from the inside. So do we have to do it from this
It
view?
doesn't fit through the bars. I'll start over. I'll empty the blanket, hold it outside the window, then fill it with the bricks one by one. And now I'll tie it up with the cable and then tie it to the bars. Sounds convoluted, but I think the idea has promise.
Alright.
Prison blankets must be made to last, else this one would have torn long ago under the weight of all those bricks.
I've heard that modern blankets, modern prison blankets are actually made to tear so that way you can't hang yourself with them. I don't know if there's truth to that, but...
I've tied the sack of bricks to the bars.
Okay, so can we use this now?
That's not going to help. That's not going.
Come on, these are bolt cutters, and these are maybe only a little thicker
That's
than
not-
bolts. Okay, so
I've tied the sack of bricks to the bar. Bricks. I'll take as many as I can carry. If I really do need any more, I know where to find them.
more bricks. I have to do it from the other view. We just start throwing bricks randomly? No. Let us do that.
Barred windows. I'm not nearly strong enough to. Prison blankets must be made to. Oof, that's heavy.
Okay, I'm a little... I presume she's trying to use the weight somehow to get leverage to rip them out, but I guess I'm failing to see what the next step is here.
I can't open the cell door.
Anything? There's the loudspeakers that we can't reach.
I
Shoot.
can't read.
Yeah.
The air conditioning isn't working anymore because the fuse blew. Well, because I poured water into the box, really.
You can't reach it, but she somehow managed to get water into a place that would cause a short, which, you know, I would think anyone who would design that would make it, well, not immune, but relatively resistant against water because of condensation and whatnot. And she still won't use the phone. This, can't use the hanger on anything here. To make a pile of bricks and lime. Alright, what am I missing? I'm sure I'm missing some tiny thing. Can we grab
I
the...
can't imagine.
There's the hole.
Some bricks. Sadly,
Why is this interactable? That's what I want to know. This was
I don't know.
interactable because we could grab stuff from there. But I don't know why this is.
that's not going to help me retrieve the railings. I've tied the sack of. According to this board,
Okay, what's the clue I'm
I've tied
missing?
this-
Yes, okay, we know you tied it to the window. Get it. We can't put more.
prison blankets must be made to last.
Would have torn long ago. It's heavy.
Oof, that's heavy.
We have the option to interact with it. And we can drag it, but
Come on, here we go.
oh,
That was easy. Even prison walls can't stop me.
okay, now we should be able to use the bolt cutters.
That's not going to help me.
What? Oh, or we could
I
just do
can't pull
that.
it out. Looks like a telephone cable.
Oh, now we gotta use this
I
to...
could use the clothes
Yep.
hanger to slide along the cable to the other building. I don't have a better plan at any rate. Let's go.
Oh, Nina. Oh, we don't even get a cutscene.
Nina?
Open the damn door!
Be glad to, as soon as I've booted these idiots out of the system.
What are you doing here? And what do those idiots want with you?
I'm a member of an elite group of cyberspace explorers. We're hackers. I manage an extensive network of bots, over 1 million computers, all under my control. NASA and the Pentagon dream of computing power like that.
Tell me, how does all that processing power handle simple doors?
Once I've got the system back under my control, it'll handle them just fine.
Hey, would you mind calling off your toys?
Negative. Murphy's currently under enemy control. I'll be with you in a minute. In the meantime, you should probably get out of his way.
Calm down. Calm down.
It's okay. I'm prepared. Oh, really? Bricks. Well, we'll just go through here then, I guess.
A robot with a mounted shield. There's a mount on its other arm where you can fix a weapon.
Hey, we got a machine shop. Perfect. I don't know why a prison has a machine
A
shop.
paradise for scrapheads. The Ludolfs would love this place.
I mean, they even got a nice fancy CNC mill here.
First, I'll collect everything that looks even marginally useful.
So we're gonna build our own robot, I guess, and play BattleBot. Oh, wow. Right. So she's already crafted some stuff. Okay, nothing too useful there. Let me just grab this and kind of put it in our inventory. Or, oh, okay, we'll just put that in our pocket, I guess. Okay. Okay, let's see, take a look at that other robot. So he's got...
I should re-equip.
Can we get a description of the bot?
Looks a bit like a bull terrier. Smaller than me.
Okay. Combat robot with us. Maybe let's try the drill first?
I've mounted the drill. She's looking sweet. She's wielding a buzzsaw. More girls should be trusted with power tools.
Also, I like the European-style sockets here in an American prison.
I've armed her with a flamethrower. Death from afar. A taser.
Well...
I've equipped the robot with a taser. I call her Electric Death Bitch.
Let's try the taser. Maybe we can just short out its systems. I mean, that, big metal shield there would be probably a good point.
Robots, are you ready?
Oh, shoot. I am... I am not ready. Oh, man. Bottom attack, top attack, bottom defense. Limpet mine. Wow, this is a lot different than what I was expecting.
Let's see. Choose a mode of attack and defense, then send her off to fight.
Top attack, bottom defense. Okay, so... Aha! Let's try this. Nope. He's gonna absorb that. I feel like this limpet mine isn't doing anything. We're just gonna stick with bottom. It seems like he's alternating his attacks, so. Oh, darn it. feel like that should have been a critical hit. Oh, come on. Aha! But he gets to attack anyways. See, this is the point where I'd want to call it off and... See, how come we don't get to... See, the limpet mine should damage him. If he's gonna run over his own mine.
I wonder if she can take on Mer.
The answer would seem to be no. Ah. Ah, okay, there goes our robot.
At least there are plenty of spare parts here. Try again.
Only minutes later. Not, you know, hours or anything. Just minutes. Try the flamethrower, maybe that will be... I don't want to use, melee attacks if all possible. They're probably more effective, but then it requires driving over their mines. It doesn't help that, you know, we only get one attack, and he gets a melee attack and the ranged attack, which I think is a little... Yeah, but... See, why does he get to me first? He's gonna lay the mine. Oh, he's just laying the mine, so now we're gonna get him when we lay our mine. Or not. There we go. Alright, we should have him on this round unless he, like, supercharges somehow. Boom.
Well, great. 2 years of work and nothing to show for it but a pile of junk.
You're Cassandra.
I programmed the voice modulator in junior high. It was super practical for when the principal called and wanted to talk to my dad. Come on, they know where we're hiding now. They'll be here any minute.
Why did you lead me here?
Michael Anderson is my uncle. He discovered a mathematical formula.
Beneath Da Vinci's painting?
Exactly. He didn't know what to do with it, so he came to me. Math's kind of my thing. Archimedes himself formulated the proof. He came up with an ingeniously simple method for calculating pi.
Short version, please, Bertrand Russell.
The world record for calculating pi is somewhere around the 5 trillionth decimal place. But with Archimedes' formula and my network of bots, I was able to break that record. Several times over. Guess what I found?
More numbers? Come on, I don't even understand what's on your t-shirt.
In pi, there's no system. It's pure chaos. Until this point. We're now approaching the quadrillionth decimal place. No one has ever calculated pi this far.
It switches to zeros and ones? Binary code?
A message. Blueprints for a machine.
A schematic? How is it there's a schematic hidden in the middle of pi?
Good question. Pi has essentially existed since before the birth of the universe. It always has, and always will exist. If you're of a certain disposition, pi was decided by God.
And what kind of a machine is it?
No idea. But that's where your friend comes in. He must have found something that didn't fit into the overall scheme of things. Just like my uncle.
The Navy.
Damn, they're quick. Get out of here, now! This way. It's blocked!
Is this the only way out?
No, I've got to get around the barrier. I'll need a minute.
What am I supposed to do? I can't just stand around doing nothing.
Try to hold them up somehow.
Okay, I'll try. Hurry.
Take care. I still need your help.
I need you too, talking calculator.
Alright, so...
We've got them. Okay.
What's with the orange helicopters?
Why are we docking here in Cadiz? I thought the part for the machine was supposed to be sent to headquarters from Rotterdam.
It will be delivered from Rotterdam. Later. First, we're loading cargo here in Spain. We won't be making a delivery to headquarters again for a few weeks. It's just a replacement part anyway.
She's regaining consciousness.
What's up for her? Give her another dose.
Oh, I feel horrible. What the hell did they give me? And more to the point, where am I? I'm in deep. If what I heard is true, then I'm not headed towards Max. First, I need to get out of here. I can hardly breathe in this hole.
A message from perhaps the...
God, that task still hasn't updated. I wonder if that's a bug or something, but, okay, let's recap here. We found a hacker girl who supposedly has a botnet of 1 million computers, which, even the Pentagon is envious of. I'm gonna call bullshit on that right now, because I'm pretty sure the Pentagon and basically any major defense agency in the world already has their own botnets, you know, with malware spread across computers and stuff, or even in, perhaps even in innocent software like Microsoft Word or something. You know, so NASA, yeah, I could, you know, NASA's pretty above board, so I don't see them having that, but, you know, CIA or something like that would definitely have that. So Pi holds binary code, which contains the schematics for a machine, but they don't know what machine. I guess my question is, how do they know it's a schematic for a machine even? You know, I mean, that would have meant she would have deciphered the code already if she knows what it is. So I'd be curious to see that CAD file or whatever file it is. And that's actually an important point too, is just with the way computer code works, you got to know how to interpret the data. The ones and zeros mean nothing otherwise. I mean, for example, a bitmap is just ones and zeros, and if you look at it, you'll just see ones and zeros. But then if you, say, use a simple algorithm, well, not even an algorithm, but just a simple key where, you know, every 8 numbers or every byte corresponds to a color, you know, then suddenly you have a picture. So, but a bitmap is a very simple program. A schematic for a machine, I mean, if you try to open like an Autodesk file or a CAD file and just like a text editor, you know, you're not going to see ones and zeros. You're going to see garbage, because a lot of that data is compressed too, or otherwise encoded. You know, so, you know, the program takes that and, you know, interprets that as characters as best it can. So, but at least now we know whoever this conspiracy involves, it's high up enough in the government, and I guess we should have inferred that from our vision, because they had the Italian police arresting that merchant, which at least that they could do under the cover of, like, you know, the general bad relations between Europe and Middle East and North Africa during that time, because of, you know, the Crusades and the other religious conflicts. But, you know, these guys have an aircraft carrier at their disposal. In particular, I think it's the Roosevelt, which is actually the same carrier we did our I did the Let's Play of Carrier Deck on. But what I'm most curious is, first, I want to know what those orange helicopters are. That doesn't the only paint scheme that really corresponds to, I think, is experimental. Like, you see that sometimes on experimental jets, but that was generally back in the day. I don't think you see that much now. Drones are white and... Dude, I forgot what the coloring scheme for drones is, but I know, like, training aircraft is white and red, you know, the high visibility stuff. So, I mean, it could be... Well, even Coast Guard these days is white and red, too. So... If I remember correctly, so... I want to know what those helicopters on, because there was no aircraft on the flight deck of that carrier, so it's... Whatever deployment they're on, it's not training and it's not combat. They would have at most maybe 50, 60 aircraft in the hold, in the hangar deck, but... You know, I would expect, if they're in the middle of the Atlantic, which is... Where are we even, actually? That's a good question, because... Okay, so... We were in Alcatraz, and they took us, and the helicopter is going to have a short range, and from the way the cutscenes were, makes me think that we got a direct flight to the carrier. So it was off the coast of San Francisco, so... And they said we were heading to Spain, I think, which to a degree makes sense. We maintain a naval base in Spain and a naval airfield, so they could be... I mean... We mostly use the airfield for logistics, I think. We don't actually base a fighter squadron there, to my knowledge, but they could be going there to top off their supplies or whatnot. They did say they needed a part. Now, but that raises the question of how long we've been out, because they're like, oh yeah, it's just a few hours, but I mean... To go from off the coast to San Francisco to anywhere close to Spain would be weeks. Because you either have to go through the Pacific and all the way around the globe that way, which seems unlikely given how the carrier doesn't seem to be too combat ready, or you'd have to go through the Panama Canal. But, so, I mean, the timeline to me here is a little fuzzy. I guess it depends. I mean, it could be, you know, we could still be off the coast of San Francisco for all we know. You know, they didn't really say how close we were to Spain. All we know is we're being detoured. They said something about Rotterdam. But, man, this is where I kind of wish we had the journal from Secret Files 1 and 2. So, you know, the stuff is written down and not this useless task thing. Looks like they took our phone. Only have this key card, curiously enough, which, honestly, I'm kind of surprised we still have that. If we have it, it's got to be useful, but probably just as, like, a, you know, a flat object to insert in something. But, yeah, so I guess that's where we stand right now. I is an alien conspiracy or a creation of God that has a machine of some sort in it, or, and the big bads are in bed with the military. So, yeah, this will be fun. I mean, presumably they're also in bed with the German government, too, since they are able to pose as counter-terrorist officials. Or officers, rather, so... In any case, this seems like a good place to leave off after my rant. So with that, thank you all for watching, and stay tuned for next time, and we'll see you then.